So I hope you had a good time with the laughter yoga. We'll do some more later on. Let's continue with some lessons. Let's take a look at the next thing, which is about breathing. An important thing about breathing. Right now, I want to ask you, all of you, just pay attention to yourself, what's happening with your breathing. And don't try to change the way you breathe right now. Ask yourself, how long are you taking for each in-breath? And then out breath. Are you taking 2 or 3 seconds? Yeah. Usually, how fast are you taking? How many seconds? 2? Yeah, 2 or 3. Quite typically, most of us. Now, I can tell you that right up front. This is a little bit too fast. Learn to slow down your breathing. Because when you are able to slow down your breathing, many good things will happen to you in the body. And there is a very simple technique for slowing down your breathing. I call this the LSD breathing. Now, some of you may think, oh, LSD, is that the psychedelic drug? Oh, no, no. This is not about the psychedelic drug. LSD breathing simply means that you do long, L for long, which means you extend your breathing to about 4 or 5 seconds each way. And then S means slow or smooth. You do it naturally. Don't force it. Just allow it to lengthen a little bit in a natural way. Don't force it. Just allow yourself to take longer to breathe in and longer to breathe out. And finally, when you breathe in, make it sure you take deep breath in all the way, like what we did just now. And then when you breathe out, allow the breath to go out as much as you can, so that it is a full inhale and full exhale. So let's do that now. Can we all do that? Everybody, just follow my timing. Ready? Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just continue breathing in and out with your nose in a natural, simple way. Allow it to go on naturally. Don't force it. Don't rush it. Just do it slowly, naturally, and smoothly, without forcing. And make sure you take full breath in, deep in, and when you breathe out, let go as much as you can. Now, I'd like to point out to you, this thing is something you should do throughout the day. This is not something you do once in a while. Make it a habit. Make it mindfully something you will do. Slow down your breathing as a matter of practice, normal practice. So it is also a way to help you with your mindfulness. Be mindful of your breathing. Slow down throughout the day. When you experience anything exciting, anything that really disturbs your mind or whatever, slow down your breathing. Even in a normal day, when you are going throughout your day while you're doing your cooking, while you're typing on your computer, responding to email, while you're checking your handphone, which we do a lot during the day nowadays, or whatever it is that you're doing, even when you are sitting in the toilet waiting for something to come out, or you're taking your shower, slow down your breathing, right? Slowing down the breathing actually brings you a lot of health benefits. So this is what I call mindful breathing. This is the most critically overlooked relaxation tool. It is the easiest to relax the body and calm the mind. How does it do that? It allows you to increase natural and forced oxygen intake. And oxygen is food for your cells. And it stabilizes your heart rate and your blood pressure. It regulates your body temperature and your blood circulation. It restores and maintains a condition of stability in your body called the homeostasis, which is an important thing for your health and your survival. And finally, it calms your nervous system. It calms the amygdala itself. It's indicating there is an absence of threat, so that then your whole body will relax and your mind will calm down. Doing this can help you prevent your mind going into mental proliferation, running wild. It can also make you feel healthier when you're able to take more full breath over a slow, and slowing down your breath will also slow down your heart rate. When you can slow down your heart rate, your blood pressure will come down. And when you can slow down your heart rate, you will live longer. Because the heart is a pump that can only pump so many times in a lifetime. So if you consciously do this to slow it down, then you are actually going to be able to live longer and live healthier. So this is really very important, conscious relaxation. This is what part of the thing I call conscious relaxation. Because you consciously do it with positive intentions and positive expectancy. So now, that aside, we're going to do 3 simple mindful breathing exercises. That slowing down the breathing is something you do throughout the day. Right? You don't have to fix a time to do or whatever. Just throughout the day, whenever you think about it, just slow down your breathing. If you do it as a matter of practice, you will find yourself becoming more attentive. Right? So now let's do 3 different types of mindful breathing techniques which serve different purposes. First one is diaphragmatic breathing, and then neuronal oxygenation, and the third one is mindful breath visualization. So when you do these, the first 2, which is the diaphragmatic breathing and neuronal oxygenation, do it sitting straight up so you don't have to slouch back or whatever. The first one we're going to do is called diaphragmatic breathing, and that is exercising the diaphragm in a natural and a simple way. So the diaphragm, as I pointed out to you earlier, this is the muscle that is separating your lungs from your abdomen. And it is really a muscle which under normal circumstances it is curved. The reason why it is curved is because we are lazy. We don't breathe properly with the diaphragm. After some time, the diaphragm becomes so lazy, it stays in that curved position. And when it is in that curved position, it can be very stiff. This is why sometimes when we see something funny and we start to laugh, we feel a pain there. Because your diaphragm was so stiff. Over the years, you don't exercise your diaphragm enough. So it became very stiff. And when the diaphragm jumps up and down when you start to laugh, you feel the pain. But if you practice this diaphragmatic breathing, the next time you laugh hysterically even, you're not going to feel the pain anymore. So I'm going to show you a simple video that explains the difference between normal breathing and lazy breathing. Right? Normal breathing, then you begin to use your diaphragm. So when you start to use your diaphragm for it, then it's called diaphragmatic breathing. It is very important to remember this. The diaphragm normally is curved. To breathe with your diaphragm, you actually flattens the diaphragm. So when you flatten the diaphragm, it enlarges your lungs. Enlarging your lung will draw in the air. So in other words, you are drawing the air by enlarging your lungs by flattening your diaphragm. It's different from what we normally do. What do we normally do? We use the chest muscle, all these muscles in the thoracic region. This chest muscle, we use it to stretch out the diaphragm. That one takes up more energy. You actually use more energy using your chest muscles compared to using your diaphragm. So watch this video first before we try it out. Some people call it abdominal breathing, but I must point out that this is an inaccuracy. It is not your abdominal that is breathing. Your abdominal is just reacting to it. It is actually the lungs that's doing the breathing, and the diaphragm is helping to expand the lungs.
In this diagram, you can see that for the individual on the left, the diaphragm is shaped like a shepherd's crook, and it is nicely rounded. For the individual in the middle, who is characteristic of lazy or shallow breathing, that person has pulled in the mid-torso region, sucked it in, and lifted up the chest and the shoulders. You will notice the diaphragm now has arched up, actually pulled up into that hook. The individual on the right, however, is breathing properly, breathing with support, and you will notice that here the diaphragm is actually pushed down. It is expanded out. Look at the difference in the lung capacity between the individual on the right with supported breathing and the individual in the middle with shallow or lazy breathing.
So you can see if you breathe with your diaphragm, you can take in more oxygen using less energy. And less effort to do that. So for the next, we're going to do 3 exercises, but the first 2, we will do it using this method. Breathe in with the nose. Now, at all times, whatever exercise that you are doing, always breathe in with your nose. whatever exercise that you're doing, never breathe in with your mouth. There are a couple of reasons. First, there's a hygiene reason, because your nose comes with a lot of fine hair that filters off the dirt. So breathing in with your nose is more hygienic. Breathing in with your mouth, you are breathing in a lot of dirt also. You don't realize it, and that dirt can get trapped inside your lungs. So breathing in with your nose is helpful. Another thing is, when you breathe in with your nose, you're stimulating the nostrils, and that stimulation is actually healthy for you. It is a signal to your brain that you are now breathing normally. You are not experiencing problem with breathing, and that actually allows the brain to be more relaxed. So this is actually a very helpful way to breathe in with your nose always. Never breathe in with your mouth. Then when you breathe out, there are some exercises where you breathe out with your mouth, and some exercises you breathe out naturally. When you want to do it naturally, you breathe out with your nose, because naturally we always normally breathe out with our nose. So for the first two exercises we're going to do, we will breathe out with the lips, with our mouth, with the lips forming an O-ring. So in with the nose, and when it comes out with the O-ring, blowing out with the O-ring, so that you can control the breath. And it is very important. The ability to control your breath sends a signal to the brain that everything is fine. You are not short of air. Because when your body is experiencing a condition that causes you to feel shortage of air, your brain get excited, the amygdala get aroused, and then when the amygdala is aroused, then you go into stress reaction. But because you are now controlling your out breath, that control sends signal to the brain, everything is fine. You are under control. You are in control. You are not losing control. So breathe in for the first two exercises, breathe in with the nose and breathe out with the lips with an O-ring to blow it out. The first one is diaphragmatic breathing, and we use the first simple technique, and that is to focus on the diaphragm. So you breathe in through your nose for 5 counts, and then breathe out without holding your breath. Then you breathe out for 5 counts and allow that breathing to be natural. And when you breathe in, you focus on your diaphragm. Flatten your diaphragm when you breathe in. So when you flatten your diaphragm as you breathe in, it does 2 things. First, it enlarges your lungs. Secondly, it pushes down on your abdomen, and your bowel system, your stomach will come out. That means when you breathe in, your stomach will come out. And when you breathe out, you curve back your diaphragm to shrink back the lungs, and that curving of the diaphragm to shrink the lungs, your stomach will go back inside. So in other words, breathing in, the stomach comes out. Breathing out, the stomach goes back in. So place one hand on your stomach, place one hand on your chest. If you are doing this correctly, your stomach will move more than your chest. Your chest may move a little bit. If you do it very well, your chest may not move at all. But at least your stomach will be moving more. So let's do that now by focusing on the diaphragm to flatten the diaphragm. Okay? Now ready, go. Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out with your lips. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in with your nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out with your lips. 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue to do that. Focus on the diaphragm. Use the power of your mind to control your diaphragm. When you do this correctly, your stomach will move more than your chest. Your stomach will come out when you breathe in. Your stomach will shrink back inside when you breathe out. Okay. So I can see some of you are working. It's working for you because I can see your stomach is moving. Okay, now, how many of you have difficulty? How many of you are not finding that your stomach is moving? How many of you are experiencing that? Don't be afraid, because there are some people for the first time, it may not work properly. If you have difficulty with that, what you can do next is, instead of focusing on your diaphragm, focus on your stomach. When you want to breathe in, push out your stomach. Consciously push out your stomach. By pushing out your stomach, you're actually forcing the diaphragm to come down. By forcing your diaphragm to come down, it will expand your lungs. So this is another technique, and this technique is not as effective as the first one. The first one is better, but this technique will also work. So those of you who are having difficulty with the first technique, try this technique first. And after you're able to do it successfully with this technique, then you can then try the first technique, and that is focusing on your diaphragm. That's going to do it one more time. Now, some of you, you may have forgotten to put your cell phone on silence. Please do that, right? If you have turned on the sound earlier on, now please turn it back off, okay? All right. Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out with your lips in the O-ring. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in with your nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out with your lips. 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue to do that. One hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach, and then you will begin to feel the movement of your abdomen. Breathing with the diaphragm can help you in many ways. This is very helpful when you are feeling very stressed, when you're feeling very uptight, angry, whatever, you want to calm down very quickly. Breathing with the diaphragm is the fastest way to relax the body. So use this when you find yourself in need to relax the body. So what can diaphragmatic breathing do for you? It is relaxing, it is calming, it also helps you to cultivate attention, and of course it is healthy for you. Because the movement of the diaphragm, as I mentioned before, the movement of the diaphragm actually stimulates the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is VAGUS, in case you want to Google it. VAGUS, as in Las Vegas, but the spelling is VAGUS, vagus nerve. So that actually can improve your health. Now we're going to try the next technique now. The second technique again is breathing in with your nose, breathing out with your lips in an O-ring. Remember to use the lips as an O-ring because it is very important to do that for this technique. This is called neuronal oxygenation. Neuronal oxygenation comes from two root words, neurons and oxygen. So what it's doing is really feeding a lot of oxygen to your neurons. And we use this technique called 4-6-8. There are different people who may teach a similar technique, but they use a different numbering. I think it's very common in the yoga circle. They use 4-7-8. But I use 4-6-8 because I like even numbers. So 4-6-8 simply means you breathe in very quickly and deeply with 4 counts, and then hold your breath for 6 counts, which means you're holding longer than you're breathing in. And then after that, you breathe out very slowly using 8 counts, because your breathing out will be twice as long as your breathing in. So if you breathe out too quickly, you will run out of air to breathe out. So again, breathe in through 4 counts, hold the breath for 6 counts, and then breathe out over 8 counts. And make sure when you breathe in, it is through your nose, and when you breathe out, it is through your lips with an O-ring. Before we begin the start of a cycle of doing this for 3 times, make sure that you push out all the air from your lungs before you start, because we want to empty the lungs before we start. So we push out 3 times with out breath through your lips, like that, right? 3 times, and then take a deep breath in. So when I say push out, everybody will push out 3 times. We do this together, okay? Ready? Push out. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in very slow. Breathe out slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Deep breath in. 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out very slowly through your lips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you may relax. So each time we do a cycle of 3 times. And what does it do for you? Apart from the fact that it is relaxing, it is calming, it is helping you to cultivate attention, what will it do? It improves your alertness. It improves your concentration. So both alertness and concentration. That means when you are doing work at home or in the office and you are getting sleepy, drowsy, if you use this technique, it actually makes you more awake, because you are pumping, you are making the brain absorb more oxygen for the brain cells, and when it is doing that, you become more alert. It actually makes your mind much sharper, right? So let's do it one more time this time. Right? So when I say push out, we use our lips to push out the air 3 times. And then when you breathe in for 4 counts, make sure you take a very full and deep breath. Okay? Ready? Push out, 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 out. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out very slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out very slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold your breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slowly breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you may relax and resume normal breathing. How do we feel now? How did that experience feel?
More mind clearer.
Yeah, more awake, because this is really making your brain cells absorb more oxygen. Throughout the whole cycle, your brain cells is absorbing 3 to 4 times more oxygen than normally. That's why your brain cells become very alert. But it has one side effect for some of you, especially if you have high blood pressure. You may feel a little bit drowsy. For those of you who do feel drowsy, is there anyone who felt a little bit drowsy just now? Okay. If you do feel a little bit drowsy, then stop. Don't do that. I don't want you to faint. Right? Especially, see, people who feel drowsy usually are either having high blood pressure or low blood pressure. In fact, it's more likely low blood pressure actually. So when you feel a little bit drowsy, then stop. Don't do it. I don't want you to faint during this workshop. Okay? So this is really what it is. There's only one catch with this technique. Don't overdo it. Which means during a course of 5 to 10 minutes, you should not do more than 2 cycles. Each cycle 3 times. We have already done that. We have done 2 cycles of 3 times. So you shouldn't do that for another 5 to 10, or say for 10 minutes. This is very helpful when you are getting sleepy or drowsy, no matter what you're doing. It could be while you are studying something, reading a book. It could be when you are trying to do your work in the office or at home, or when you are meditating. When you are trying to meditate, you may experience a condition called sloth and torpor. Basically, that is the tiredness and the lethargy of the body. You get sleepy. So go into this neuronal oxygenation twice, and then after that you will be very awake. So this is a useful technique when you are meditating and you start to feel sleepy and you want to get out of that sleepy mode. This will prevent sleepiness to a certain degree. But if you have not had enough sleep, your sleepiness will come back again. Right? So make sure you get enough sleep, but sometimes you get drowsy and tired during meditation, getting sleepy, then of course you do this and then you become wide awake. The third technique we're going to do, this is actually called mindful breath visualization. That means we are choosing a statement, an affirmation we call it, and then visualizing the effects of that statement to help us calm the mind. And no matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter what situation you're in, we always have something that is disturbing our mind. Some of us may not be very healthy, so we may be thinking to ourselves, I'm not a very healthy person. Sometimes we have these thoughts. Some of us may be recovering from a certain illness, or recovering from cancer, or we are recovery of certain illnesses. We may be thinking, oh, I'm still in a recovery stage, I'm not yet 100%. Or some of us may have some emotional hang-up. We have relationship problems, and we're angry with somebody in the family. Right? So anger with someone. It doesn't matter what you are, what it is that you're experiencing, there is something that is troubling you. One of these statements will help you. So now you take a look at these statements. They're all listed in your book, in your handout, page 3. Right? So in page 3 you will find these statements. So choose one of these statements that you think is applicable to your own current situation. I don't want to know the details. Ask yourself, what is it that is bothering you now? And which of these statements seem to be most suitable for that condition? So in other words, if you are feeling a bit tensed, number 1 is good for you. If you are feeling lacking in motivation at your work or at whatever you're doing, number 2 is good for you. If you are finding yourself wanting to do better with your task, number 3 can be good for you. If you find yourself feeling weak, tired, or not healthy at all, number 4 is good for you. And if you find yourself feeling agitated and anxious, anxiety and angry with somebody, number 5 is good for you. If you find yourself sometimes having ill thoughts, bad thoughts, negative thoughts, or ill will towards people or towards situation, number 6 is good for you. If you find yourself having a quarrel with someone and you are angry with that person specifically, and you find yourself having difficulty forgiving yourself for that argument, or forgiving that person for hurting you, number 7 could be good for you. So ask yourself, what kind of situation are you in? And if you don't have anything, in other words, your life is so wonderful, there is nothing here that seems to be anything, then choose number 1. Choose number 2. Either 1 or 2 is fine. Or if you want to be more kind to the whole world, then choose number 6. Will help boost your loving kindness and compassion. Right, so I want you now, take a good look, choose 1 right now. Pick 1 that you're going to use, and use it for the rest of the day. Don't choose a different one each time. Pick 1 now. Memorize it. Everyone? Have you picked 1 from the list? Yeah? And memorized it? Right? Easy. Just memorize it. Okay. Remember what it is. Now what we're going to do with it. It's mindful breath visualization. So this time you can just sit back and relax and lean back. Don't have to sit up straight. Don't have to breathe in with your nose and out with your lips. Just use your nose for in and out breath. Don't have to count your breath, but maintain a natural slow breathing if you can. Right? So allow natural breathing. As you breathe in, focus your mind on breathing in energy and say, oh, I'm breathing energy. In breath is energy. So breathing in, you're thinking of breathing in energy, visualizing the breathing in of energy. And then when you breathe out, just relax and allow this out breath. As you breathe out, just focus on that thought that you have picked and the effects of that thought. You can visualize the effects. If you're thinking of, I am relaxed, I'm peaceful, I'm happy, just visualize being more and more relaxed, being more and more peaceful, being more and more happy. Focus on that thought. Or if you pick the second one, I am confident, I'm motivated, I'm passionate, then just focus on, oh, I'm a very confident person, I'm very motivated and passionate with my work. Just focus on that thought. Right? So this is what I want you to do. Breathing in, think of it as energy. Just slow down your breathing. You don't have to count it anything. Don't worry about counting your breath. So I'm going to play a little bit of music, and the music will begin in a moment, and then just as you breathe in, think of energy. As you breathe out, think of the effects of the statement that you have chosen. Okay? So you may now come out of this. Alright? So how does it feel now? Yeah? It will take effect. This is neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro means the mind, using the mind. Linguistic means choosing the right words, choosing good words. Programming means now you're programming it into your mind. What you have focused on, the thought that you focused on just now, assuming that you're focusing on one of these statements, you are programming it deep into your unconscious mind. Now, if you do this properly and correctly, that thought that you have programmed in will constantly arise. Yeah, you are actually helping it to arise as and when. So, isn't it wonderful throughout the day? The mind keeps reminding yourself, I am relaxed, I am peaceful, I am happy. Isn't it a wonderful thing? Or if you have a relationship problem and you happen to choose the last one, or you happen, let's say you want to choose to be compassionate, I choose to be kind, I choose to be compassionate, I choose to be helpful. Isn't it wonderful that constantly you are reminded this is what you have chosen? So this is neuro-linguistic programming. This actually programs it into your unconscious mind, and it will arise anytime as and when it chooses, and it will remind you. So this is a wonderful thing to do. Now, the idea behind this is very simple. Any time you have experienced something in a particular day and you want to choose one, don't keep changing what you choose. Choose one statement and use that only for the rest of the day. If you want to try another one, try it another time. Don't keep changing different one during the same day. Because if you keep choosing different ones during the same day, your unconscious mind gets a little bit confused. Which one are you focusing on? So you focus on one throughout the day, and that programs it in. Then after doing it for a few times, you can choose to do this for a few times in a day. Find a quiet corner, just sit there and focus your mind. Breathing in, I'm breathing in energy. Breathing out, I'm feeling relaxed, I'm feeling peaceful, I'm feeling happy. So program it into your mind. Do this a couple of times a day, 3 or 4 times at a convenient time. And this is a wonderful thing to do when you are driving. You can do that not while driving, but stop in front of a red light. When you are stopped, you can do that. You can do that with your mind, with your eyes open. Yeah. And if you are not driving, you are the passenger, that's even wonderful. You can do that throughout the entire journey. A bit boring, you don't want to chit-chat with people. Or you're sitting in the LRT, there's a 15-minute ride on the LRT. You don't want to look at the guy next to you. Or you get worried about the person standing in front of you. Just close your eyes and focus on this. This is a wonderful thing for you to do. Right? And always choose positive thoughts. Don't start thinking about how angry you are with somebody, all that, because that kind of programming is not good for you. So this is relaxing, calming, and wellness, cultivating optimism. Right? Now we're going to do some exercises, mindfulness-based exercises. Okay, we're going to do some mindfulness-based relaxation exercises. So that first one we're going to do is progressive muscle relaxation. And we're going to use the fist, both fists. Right? So what we do is, as we breathe in, first we relax the fists, the hands. As we breathe in, we begin to squeeze through 5 counts as we breathe in. And then we hold the grip, don't let go the grip, and breathe out. Right? So breathing out. Next, continue to hold the grip and breathe in. And then after that, as you breathe out the second time, you release the grip slowly. See, the way the body relaxes the most is through tension and relaxation. Tension and relaxation. You cannot just relax. Just relax doesn't work so well. Tension, relaxation, tension, relaxation. That is in fact the principle behind yoga. Those of you who practice yoga, you know. Because during the different positions in yoga, you are actually stretching the body, tensing the body. And then at the end, when you finish, I don't know what they call it, the last part of the day, of the session, then you go there and lie down, relax. Yeah. See, that is how it works. The principle behind it is tension, relaxation, then your body actually becomes more relaxed. You cannot just relax as it is. So this is what we will do. We will use the fist, and then as you squeeze, pay attention to the sensations in your hand. Okay, so let's try that now. Just use normal breathing. Sit back and relax. Relax your hand first. Ready? Breathe in and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release your grip slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Okay, one more time. Deep breath in slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. One more time. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. What this does is it works on your hand as a whole. Right? Basically your palm and your hand. Okay. The next is we're gonna use the claw, and this is for your fingers. So this is basically only the fingers, really. Right? First, you stretch out your fingers. Right? As you breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. One more time. Breathe in and squeeze your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. So this works on your finger. It is relaxing and calming. It is helping you to improve your health, and it releases a lot of tension in your hand and your fingers. Right? Next we're going to do is push up. Right? Are you ready for push-ups? No, that's not the push-up we're going to do. We're going to do this kind of push-up. Actually, that one is push down. This is pushing up. Right? Basically, push up means that's how you do that. And when you push up, not only you push up, you also pull back a little bit, not too much. Don't overstrain. So push up and pull back a little bit. So what we're going to do is breathing in, we then start to push up slowly, and then once we reach the top, we hold it and we breathe out. And then while holding it, we take another breath in, and then the second time we breathe out, we begin to release it. Okay? So first, separate your hand, right? Keep your hands separated and begin. Ready? Breathe in and push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull back a bit. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, 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 shake. All right, one more time. Deep breath in and push up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, 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 shake. Remember, when you push to the top, pull back a little bit. Not just straight up, but a little bit backwards. Okay, one more time. Last one. Ready? Push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, deep breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. What does it do for you? It is relaxing and calming, cultivating wellness, and releasing tension in your shoulders and your arms. Right? So this is an overall shoulder and arm. But now we do specifically with the shoulder. Right? So this will be the shoulder PMR, progressive muscle relaxation. So you pull up the shoulders as much as you can. So just relax at the moment. Okay? Deep breath in and push up with your shoulder. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. So when you have your body all tensed up, pay attention to the sensations. This is also cultivating mindfulness. So one more time. Shoulder up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. Last one. Deep breath in. Shoulder up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, 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 shake. Now we do another version of the shoulders, and this is like a rowing boat, right? Where you pull your hands all the way back like that. Okay. So now relax like a duck. Right? Deep breath in and pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, 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 shake. One more. Deep breath in and pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, 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 shake. Last one. Deep breath in and pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your grip and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. So we basically done all those exercises. So these are mindfulness-based stress reduction exercises. They will help to cultivate mindfulness, cultivate relaxation and calming effects, and also wellness, in addition to releasing tension in different parts of your body. There are many more. For those of you who attended Mindful Gym, you will also have done a few others, like doing it with your toe and so on and so forth. There are many. You can actually think of anything yourself. Any part of your body, what you can do is as you breathe in, you tense it, and then you hold your grip and breathe out. And then after that, you take another deep breath in while holding your grip. And then as you breathe out the second time, you release the tension. You can do this for anything, with any part of your body, you know. You can do it with your toes, you can do it with your feet, raising your feet 1 foot at a time, you know. So many things you can do with this. Now I want to ask a question. When we talk about freedom from tension, we talk about calming, we talk about first relaxing the body. There are basically two things we're doing. One is relaxing the body, the other one is calming the mind. For those of you who were here last week, don't answer because you already know the answer. My question to you is very simple for those who are only here for the first time this week. What should you do first? Let's say A, relax the body first and then calm the mind later. Or B, calm the mind first and then relax the body later. For those of you who are here for the first time, how many of you say it should be A, relax the body first and calm the mind later? Okay? So we have a few. Now, how many of you say it's B, calm the mind first and relax the body later? Okay? Alright, good. Now, I'm not going to answer it for you. I let you answer it yourself. Simple little question. Now I ask you the next question. Which is easier to do? Relaxing the body, which is basically doing nothing, or calming the mind, where the mind is very much disturbed? Which is easier to do?
Body.
The body. So which should you do first?
Body.
The body. Do the easier one first, and let the easier one help you do the harder one. Only when you have a relaxed body are you able to calm your mind. As long as your body is not relaxed, no matter what you do to try to calm your mind, your disturbed body, your uncomfortable body will continue to disturb your mind. Those of you who meditate, you will know what I'm talking about. If you try to meditate and you are experiencing pain in a certain part of your body, and that pain doesn't go away, the numbness is now really penetrating, do you think you can continue to meditate? No. So you should break away from your meditation, take a walk. That is the correct thing to do. Don't force yourself. Meditation is not about forcing your body. Forcing your body is called asceticism, not meditation. And the Buddha warned against asceticism. The two extremities to be avoided. Indulging in sensual pleasures is one. The other one, self-mortification, forcing your body. So if meditation is making you to force your body, don't. Break away, take a walk. Right? So it's very important to maintain a relaxed body. Now remember, for those of you who meditate and you find yourself a little bit groggy and sleepy, then practice neuronal oxygenation. Breathe in 4 counts, hold your breath 6 counts, breathe out 8 counts. Do that 3 times, wait for a little while. If you are still not able to meditate, do it one more time. And when you've done it twice, right, you're still not able to meditate, you find yourself still very drowsy, maybe you didn't have enough sleep. It's time to get up and take a walk, wash your face. Right? So don't force your body, because if you force your body, that is not meditation. That is called asceticism. Right?